Alright, so regarding the inversion stuff, quick reminder, take that really long thing that's like 20 pages long. All you gotta do is play each line correctly one time, move on. You don't have to do that in one day. You're welcome to take your time with it, break it into pieces and whatnot. So with that in mind though, so I like to, my personal stuff, or even like some more advanced rhythm chord progression things I'd write for people. I like to mix up traditional power chords with like your traditional triads, along with the first inversion and second inversion chords. So something like that's just a quick example there. So the A5 chord into a C major chord to a G major chord with a B for the roots. So that would be 3, 5, 1. And then going down to a D minor chord with an A for the roots. So that'd be 5, 1, flat 3 there. Or something like A minor. This is one I really like to do. A minor. That'd be a C major inversion right there. 5, 1, 3. So G in the root. Something like that, like A minor, that inversion, and then maybe an F5 into just a straight G chord. Or you could do something like that, A minor, C major with a G in the root notes, and then E minor with a G in the root note. So like, I like to retain at least one note when I'm transitioning chords with that kind of method when I'm writing things. I really like how he kind of, it's like with something like this, like if I say I was to go A minor chord up to a C major chord, so like everything's shifting up, right? But going from an A minor chord to this C major chord, only one note is really changing. Versus this. So something like that, where you can retain one or two notes when you're changing chords and you use intervals or inversions to your advantage. I really like the sound of that. It's like, it's because when you're not using the same notes and you're just completely shifting the chord like way up or way down to get to the new chord, or shifting the notes up and down to get to the new chord versus retaining one or two, it has like a different feel to me. When you retain one or two notes, to me it feels and sounds like kind of like a growing organism that's evolving as you're playing the chord progression. That's the best way I can describe it right now. It just comes across as a bit more interesting. It's almost like, if you know what soundscapes are, it's a type of genre where it's like kind of like exploring like a chord, but you're like kind of picking out parts of the chord one at a time and just kind of taking something simple but just growing and expanding upon that simple thing and kind of diving into all the different aspects of that particular chord. And that's kind of how it feels to me when I'm playing this versus. So something to keep in mind there. It kind of goes along with my idea of staying like in a similar spot when changing chords, like this A5 to this C chord, like the middle note here, that stays put, and then you can go into an E chord where these two notes will stay the same, although I'll hold it like this. Something like that, with like an A5 into a C chord here, this E minor chord with a B in the root note. So here to here, that E note stays the same, right? From here to here, this C chord to the E minor chord, the E and the G note, they stay the same. But you're just going to drop that C down to the B, and we're going from the C chord to the E minor. But like this to this, and then down to this, which is a G chord with a B in the root note. But here to here to here, well, the B note and the G note stay the same, but the E note drops down to the D note, and you got yourself a new triad. So stuff like that is just really fucking cool to me. So just some food for thought there for you of like some stuff I like to do when creating chord progressions and riffs and whatnot, like retaining one or two notes when you go from one chord to the next, and using inversions is a fantastic way of doing that. Alright, so enough of that. Let's do some speed demos for the new material here. So before I do that, reminder, if you get to 240 beats a minute with these eighth notes, go ahead and start working on the 16th note versions. So just instead of doing 2 notes a click, you're going to do 4 notes a click. So I'm going to do the eighth notes first, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, I was doing 16s instead of 8s. Take 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now 16th notes, just so you can hear and see how things go. So 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, you go to the next string every time it clicks when you do the 16th note version. Alright, 120, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to attempt 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll try 200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, that was terrible. Nope, ain't gonna happen. Clearly something I need to work out. Let's try 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! As I said, this one, the other one, not the easiest thing to get going crazy fast. Alright, especially the this guy here. This is more difficult than the other one. Leaning off the pinky seems to make it harder, I think. Alright, so I'll do 8th notes first, then 16th notes again. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, Double time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. $200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. As I said, this is harder than the other one. It might be easier for you, but for me it's much more difficult, and for most people it's also much more difficult. Alright, let's do 16th notes. Sit back at 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go up by 20 now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give 180 a shot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. Kind of. Oh my god. Go back to 160. There we go. Alright, look. Obviously, I would need to spend quite a bit of time going up by 5s to get past that well. But, you know, I want you to have enough demo speeds and whatnot to see and hear how things go. And clearly you saw that, yes, this is much more difficult than the other one for me. But, there you go. And also, remember, you don't have to get to 240 with either one of these. If you do, move on to 16th notes. But, you know, that's just if you do. The most important thing is accuracy, your clarity. Just the way your finger's going to be bouncing back and forth on these things makes it far more challenging to play than some of the other stuff that we've done so far. Okay? Just want you to keep that perspective in mind in case you feel frustrated that you can't get past a certain speed. So, some licks and riffs are designed for crazy, crazy fast speeds. Some of them are not. Okay? But if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you again next week.